And now, live from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, WWE presents Crown Jewel.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the WWE 2K24 Universe Mode series. We're here in Saudi Arabia at WWE Crown Jewel. So we're going to determine the inaugural WWE Tag Team Champions right here tonight. This capacity crowd going absolutely wild. They know we're about to make history here tonight. The Queen's Crown Tournament will come to an ultimation here tonight, as the same thing with the King of the Ring Tournament too. One hell of a show coming up for you. So opening up the show here tonight, in just a moment's time we have the WWE Tag Team Championships on the line between the Bloodline and the Hurt Business, who will be the inaugural Tag Team Champions on SmackDown. We also have the World Tag Team Championships on the line here tonight. The Judgement Day going up against the L.W.O once again. And then following this, we have the Intercontinental Championship on the line in a fatal four-way. Can the Ring General successfully defend his title once again? Then we also have the tournament final for the Queen's Crown Tournament in a fatal four-way Iron Woman match. Then we also have the final of the King of the Ring, the Animal Batista going up against the Beast, Brock Lesnar, in an Iron Man match as well. 20 minutes. Those matches will last. Most pinfalls, most submissions will crown the new Queen and King of the WWE. So if you're excited for this show here tonight, make sure you drop a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't done so already for more of this kind of action in WWE 2K24 Universe Mode. And let's get into the show, guys. Let's do this. WWE Tag Team titles on the line. So WWE Tag Team action coming up for you next. The inaugural WWE Tag Team Champions in this WWE 2K24 Universe Mode are about to be crowned. Friday Night SmackDown's latest addition in the titles picture are about to receive their first champions. Now this team, the Hurt Business, has been on one hell of a roll in this tournament, taking on the likes of the New Day and even the Creed brothers as well. The Creed brothers seemed like a bit of a force to be reckoned with. It almost felt like it was their tournament to lose, but the Hurt Business came through with a victory against them in the semi-final, to a little bit of a shock to the WWE Universe. So the Hurt Business are going to be looking to continue that momentum here tonight and gets themselves some championship gold. I'm sure that Bobby Lashley is absolutely delighted with his new compatriots, as they're really bringing back the glory to the name of the Hurt Business. I'm sure that this is what Bobby Lashley would have probably had in mind when he first started the Hurt Business. And he could be sitting on a bit of a gold mine right now with these two. Gonna have to wait and see whether they can continue their momentum and earn that championship gold here tonight. But they're facing their biggest challenge yet. It's none other than the Bloodline, looking to add more championship gold to their ranks. They're already in control of the main title picture on Friday Night SmackDown. Roman Reigns as the undisputed Universal champion right now. But also Jimmy Uso holds that United States Championship around his waist. He's flanked here by Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa, as the Bloodline make their way out here. Once again, trying to add more championship gold and just completely control the entire SmackDown division. They will be in control of every single championship that is on Friday Night SmackDown, except the women's division. They don't currently have any women within their ranks, so that's going to be a little bit difficult for them to capture that title. But in the men's division, if they're able to grab those tag team titles here tonight, Jimmy Uso, will be a double champion with that United States Championship and the WWE tag team titles. So the Bloodline will be looking to add those titles to their ranks. Jimmy Uso held many championships with his other brother, Jey Uso, but he'll be looking to earn his first championship gold with his younger brother Solo Sikoa here tonight. Speaking of Jey Uso, the situation with him is still a little bit... There's a cloud looming over that situation still. We're still trying to figure out what is actually going on with Jey Uso and the Bloodline. Seems like he hasn't fully aligned with them, but he is saving Roman Reigns here and there. He obviously helped Roman Reigns defend his championship at the Money in the Bank against Cody Rhodes, which feels like almost a lifetime ago now. So you got to wonder, may we see Jey Uso here tonight? Maybe even get some answers as to where he stands in this entire picture. Is he going to help the Bloodline earn that championship gold? Or could he even potentially maybe cost his own brother in the same way that Jimmy has cost him in the past? We'll have to wait and see exactly what happens here tonight, but opening up the show is the Bloodline, which I'm sure they're not used to. But I'm sure if they're able to add those championships to their ranks, then they're going to be more than pleased to open up this show here tonight. I'm sure that Roman Reigns is going to be at home watching very, very closely. He's yet to find out who his next challenger will be, but I'm sure that we'll find out who Roman Reigns will be facing in the near future, probably after this event on Friday Night SmackDown. But as for right now, here tonight, Jimmy Uso again oozing that confidence, almost leading the Wise Man and Solo Sikoa out to ringside. He's had one hell of a start to his Universe Mode career, has Jimmy Uso. Came flying out the gates, almost defeated Cody Rhodes, but came up just short in that match a couple of months ago. But ever since then, he's remained undefeated. And the same can be said with Solo Sikoa, who is actually completely undefeated. Hasn't even suffered a single loss. So Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline are one hell of a force to be reckoned with. Only one loss on their record between the three men. Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns, that is. Let's get into the action. First event of WWE Crown Jewel. So this capacity crowd awaiting in anticipation to see who will be crowned the inaugural WWE Tag Team Champions on Friday Night SmackDown. So starting off this matchup, wonder who we're going to have inside the ring to start things off. It looks like we've got the United States Champion opting to start this matchup against Montez Ford. So here we go. The first match of WWE Crown Jewel. Montez Ford taking the fight to Jimmy Uso. Interesting that Jimmy has opted for the white attire. Meanwhile, Solo Sikoa sticking to the black and the red. I wonder if that's kind of a message that Jimmy's sending to the WWE Universe. But Montez Ford now on the attack, trying to do as much damage as he can. Now headbutt delivered by Jimmy Uso and into some ground and pound, but Montez Ford able to turn it around. The Street Profits showing off the white and gold attire. I guess that's kind of like almost a good luck charm, if you wish, if you will. Perhaps they believe that their destiny is to become the inaugural Tag Team Champions right here tonight. Paul Heyman not liking what he's seeing. Montez Ford really targeting that knee on Jimmy Uso, perhaps trying to weaken the United States Champion. Oh, a big left hand delivered by Solo Sikoa. Montez Ford just getting on with the job. He's not going to allow Solo to distract him. He's going to remain focused on the task at hand. Goes for the tag. Angelo Dawkins enters the match. And Jimmy Uso able to take advantage here, taking Angelo Dawkins down to the canvas. Delivering some ground and pound. Now Angelo Dawkins just absolutely throwing Jimmy Uso across the ring into the cover now. Could this be it? No. Jimmy Uso's got plenty more fight left in him. Now sending Angelo Dawkins into the ropes and back body drop delivered. Now Jimmy Uso with Angelo Dawkins up and another headbutt. And an elbow drop to the lower spine. Jimmy Uso just showing off to the crowd here, basically stating that this is easy for him. He is making it look quite easy in this universe mode, as he keeps on the attack here. A big kick to the spine again. Now Jimmy Uso backing it up here. He's lining up Angelo Dawkins. Jimmy Uso in with a splash, but Angelo Dawkins moved out of the way and now throwing Jimmy Uso towards the Hurt Business corner. Quite a smart decision there by Angelo Dawkins into the cover. Just a 1 count. Jimmy Uso with a big kick out there. Big kick out needed. Solo Sikoa wants in on this match. But Jimmy Uso has just been busted wide open. A huge gash across the forehead and into the cover now. He's gone for the roll-up, but not even a 1 count. A bit of a desperation move by Jimmy Uso. Now into an arm drag neck breaker, if you will. Now Jimmy has a chance to go for the tag, but also Angelo Dawkins. Oh, Jimmy Uso opted to not go for the tag there. Interesting. Solo Sikoa screaming at him for the tag. A little bit odd that Jimmy decided not to go for it there. Now Montez Ford just trying to take advantage of the situation. Montez Ford just playing up to Jimmy Uso right now. Montez Ford is feeling it here tonight. And now into the backdrop. Spine first into the canvas goes Jimmy Uso. And now Jimmy Uso rolls to the outside and Montez Ford turns his attention to Solo Sikoa, hanging him up on the top rope. And now Angelo Dawkins going, oh my goodness, after Jimmy Uso, but Montez Ford on the other side of the ring, crashing and burning. Now Solo Sikoa went off of the apron there. May have been thinking about targeting Montez Ford. A super kick delivered to the back of the head by Jimmy Uso in the meantime. Big elbow drop to the knee. Looked like Jimmy may have been possibly looking for a tag again there. But instead going for some snake eyes. Jimmy Uso needs to be careful. He doesn't want to stay in this matchup too long. He needs to keep the teamwork going. Keep the team flowing. Montez Ford was looking for a hot tag there, but Jimmy Uso snuffed that before it could start. Now Jimmy Uso, big elbow delivered by Montez Ford. He wasn't going to stay in that Bloodline corner for long. Jimmy Uso now going for the tag. Solo Sikoa enters this matchup. The freshest man in this match right now. Seems to be kind of a tactic that the Bloodline have been using, where Solo Sikoa stays out of the match for a while, and then once everyone else has been kind of worn down, he enters the fray and just uses his power and his dominance to pretty much take out the opposition. So Solo Sikoa now with Montez Ford into a suplex. A snap suplex there, and Solo Sikoa wants Montez Ford to go for the tag, but he blocked the way at the same time. And now DDT delivered by Montez Ford. Montez Ford trying to turn this matchup around. Ever since Solo's got back into got into this match, the Bloodline have been on top. There's a little bit more back and forth when Jimmy was in the fray. Solo Sikoa now, snake eyes delivered, and Montez Ford has now been busted wide open. And Solo Sikoa opting for the tag again. Jimmy Uso back in this matchup, slowly approaching Montez Ford before just stamping away and driving his knee into the throat of Montez Ford there. And Jimmy perhaps going for a tag? No. He's asking the crowd and even Solo to acknowledge him. He's telling Solo again, acknowledge me. Not acknowledge his tribal chief, but even Paul Heyman's kind of backing Jimmy up there. That's a little bit odd, but now Angelo Dawkins with a waist lock there, and then hanging Solo Sikoa up on the top rope, trying to isolate Jimmy Uso here. Solo Sikoa quickly back to his feet though. Off the apron again as Jimmy goes off of the ropes. Now Jimmy Uso not able to keep control of things right now, and into the drop toe hold. Angelo Dawkins though back to his feet. Now Jimmy into the corner. Well, it looked like Solo didn't really want to be tagged in there, but here we go. The Bloodline lining things up here. Ow, and into the Samoan drop. Angelo Dawkins wise to roll to the outside, but now Montez Ford being brought into the match, driven face first off of that top rope into the canvas. Now Jimmy Uso and Angelo Dawkins going to be fighting on the outside here. Bobby Lashley can just watch on. Can't get himself involved because that will lead to a disqualification. And Jimmy Uso going to allow Angelo Dawkins a chance to get back into the match. Solo Sikoa heading towards Montez Ford. And now we get back into the match, and Angelo Dawkins brought down by Solo Sikoa into the cover. Just a 1 count. Plenty of fight left in the Hurt Business right now. Now sent into the corner. And Solo Sikoa looking to do as much damage as he can, driving Angelo Dawkins spine first into the mat. Bobby Lashley up onto the apron there. He doesn't seem too pleased with what he's seeing so far. Solo Sikoa opting for the tag again. Now into the double team and slammed down to the canvas. The power on display. Jimmy Uso asking Angelo Dawkins how it feels to go up against the Bloodline. Angelo Dawkins again to the outside. A wise decision. Montez Ford was able to counter, but then Jimmy was also able to counter. And now Jimmy Uso over the top rope, but he crashes and burns. Falls in between Bobby Lashley and Angelo Dawkins. Looked like Bobby Lashley may have actually shoved Angelo Dawkins into the ring there and then got out of harm's way himself. So I guess that's why you pay the big bucks. And Angelo Dawkins was being distracted by Paul Heyman for a second there. Oh my word, I thought that could have been it. Jimmy Uso tried to blindside Angelo Dawkins, but it backfired. Now Angelo Dawkins hanging up Jimmy Uso on the top rope. Jimmy back to his feet once again. That resiliency that has won him that United States Championship. And now into the cover. Could this one be all over? A 2 count, but big kick out by Angelo Dawkins. Could be heading into the final parts of this match, perhaps. You feel the tension in the air. Oh, Angelo Dawkins has caught his, looks like maybe just above the eye on that turnbuckle there. And now into the Samoan drop once again. Angelo Dawkins again rolling to the outside. He can't seem to get anything going right now. The Hurt Business really struggling here. Paul Heyman just had a couple of words with Jimmy Uso there briefly. Now Angelo sent into the ring. Solo Sikoa wanted to do some damage on the outside there, but shoulder tackle takes Jimmy Uso off of the apron. Now Angelo Dawkins just tossing Solo Sikoa around as if he's a rag doll into a suplex now. Angelo Dawkins showing his power. He has the athleticism, but he also has the power and the strength to match it. Now I believe that there's a bit of a neck crank locked in there by Angelo Dawkins. Not the greatest angle to see it, but Angelo Dawkins now just manhandling the enforcer of the Bloodline. It's very rare that you see that. These two locking up now. And Angelo Dawkins again. Look at this. I'm sure Solo Sikoa is not used to this kind of power and dominance from his opponents. Montez Ford now, the man in on this matchup. Sending Solo into the ropes, and arm drag delivered. And Solo Sikoa straight back to his feet, but Montez Ford with that springboard DDT, planting the enforcer. Which one of these teams can get the upper hand and finish this match and become the inaugural WWE Tag Team Champions? Montez Ford is feeling it here. trying to wind up Solo Sikoa, and oh my word, Angelo Dawkins just taking out the legs of Solo Sikoa there. Perhaps trying to eliminate the super kick as a threat. Now sent Solo Sikoa towards Jimmy Uso, and a spear delivered. Interesting, that is. Angelo Dawkins connecting with a spear, which is a signature move of the tribal chief Roman Reigns. Angelo Dawkins now lining up Solo Sikoa, slamming him down into the mat, into the cover. This one could be all over for new WWE Tag Team Champions. But it looked like Solo Sikoa was able to get the shoulder up just in time. And the crowd are loving what they're seeing. Solo Sikoa able to avoid that elbow to the spine, a big kick to the knee, and a super kick delivered by the Enforcer. Angelo Dawkins again rolling to the outside. Wise decision. Jimmy Uso now takes Montez forward off of the apron. Now Jimmy learned his lesson from earlier on, not going for that suicide dive. Angelo Dawkins with Jimmy Uso up and slams him into the apron, spine first. My goodness, the United States champion is in some trouble right here. Surrounded by the Hurt Business. Montez forward with a waist lock, taking Jimmy down to the floor on the outside there. Angelo Dawkins doesn't want this one to end in a count out. He breaks the count. Oh, Angelo Dawkins luckily missed Montez Ford there. He didn't connect with his partner as he was targeting Jimmy Uso. Jimmy looking for a hot tag here. I don't think Angelo Dawkins realizes. Jimmy Uso tagging in the Enforcer of the Bloodline. Solo Sikoa is feeling it right now. And Solo Sikoa looking to finish this match. Delivers the spike to the throat. This one could be all over. Jimmy Uso into the fray, and we have new WWE Tag Team Champions. The Bloodline hold all the gold on Friday Night SmackDown. Solo Sikoa picking up that victory. My word. Well, I feel sorry for the SmackDown division because the Bloodline have just taken all the gold. Who's going to stop them? So moving on, as we've just crowned the inaugural WWE Tag Team Champions, the Bloodline now hold all the gold over on Friday Night SmackDown. Who on earth is going to stop the Bloodline? But moving on with the show, and we have the Tag Team Championships from Raw. The Judgement Day are out here. They've successfully defended those titles once already in this universe mode, when they went up against the L.W.O. at Extreme Rules. It was Tornado Tag Rules in that one, and the chemistry between these two wasn't exactly the greatest, and you gotta say in recent weeks there's been some cracks showing within the Judgement Day, especially between these two, as Finn Balor was focusing on that World Heavyweight Championship, and I'm sure his eyes are still firmly set on that title. He probably wants to be a double champion, to be honest. But Damian Priest was questioning Finn Balor's concentration, and they both agreed that they don't want another matchup that was anything similar to what happened at Extreme Rules, as they could potentially lose their championships. But what then happened was Damian Priest entered himself into the King of the Ring tournament, which meant if he was successful, then he would have potentially had a title opportunity at that World Heavyweight Championship, the same title that Finn Balor has been chasing. So that's where the cracks have begun to show, because are these two still focused on the tag division, or do they simply want to move into solos action? We're going to have to wait and see here tonight, see how focused they are, because they're coming up against the L.W.O, some old foes. The L.W.O are undefeated except from that matchup where they faced the Judgement Day. So the only team that have been able to beat the L.W.O are the current World Tag Team Champions. So the Latino World Order have been on one hell of a roll in this universe mode, really building the momentum. Rey Mysterio, their leader, is still currently out injured, and we still have yet to hear of when his return may be. He suffered a Canadian destroyer by his own son, Dominik Mysterio, at the WWE draft onto the concrete in the car park. So he's clearly suffered one serious injury, probably a neck injury. But his team are out here tonight looking to get some revenge and try and take those World Tag Team titles away from the Judgment Day. So World Tag Team titles are on the line right here, right now. Only the second time in this universe mode. The same two teams though again, going head to head. After tonight, we're going to determine who will be the Tag Team Champions from Monday Night Raw. We already know that SmackDown has the Bloodline. Can the Judgment Day successfully retain their titles? Or will the L.W.O finally overcome the odds and bring home the gold? So the L.W.O looking focused and ready. Not sure what that camera work is, but hey, it will do, I guess. And there are your World Tag Team Champions, also looking pretty focused as well in their own right. Damian Priest seeming ready and eager to go. The crowd definitely behind the L.W.O here tonight. So World Tag Team Championships on the line. Finn Balor going to start this matchup, going one-on-one with Joaquin Wilde, at least to start the match anyway. So here we go, more titles on the line, more tag team action for you. Suplex delivered right out the gates, or a bit of a brain buster I should say. Now targeting the arm is Finn Balor, and oh, already going for the tag, so showing a bit of chemistry already there, using their teamwork, which has already gotten them the success that they've already seen by winning those tag team titles. So maybe they're going back to the drawing board, doing what got them to where they are. You got to feel though that the fact that this is now a normal tag match and not a tornado tag, that may actually opt in the favour of the Judgment Day, because it seemed like the tornado tag rules were what threw off the Judgment Day's chemistry in that Extreme Rules match, the first time that they went head to head with the L.W.O. Finn Balor just looking to take out both members of the L.W.O. Up to the top rope goes Finn and goes down to the outside, but Cruz del Toro just avoiding complete disaster there. Joaquin Wilde's back into the ring. There's now Finn Balor locking up with Joaquin Wilde here into another suplex. Now Finn Balor again opting to tag Damian Priest into this matchup. Cruz del Toro was able to get the hot tag, but Damian Priest just controlling things here. The L.W.O are really struggling right now. They're going to want to get some offense in. They don't want to allow the Judgment Day to dominate things too much here. The Judgment Day definitely have the power game on their side with Damian Priest. Finn Balor can also match the Judgment Day with the high-flying ability. Finn Balor using his aggressive nature. I'm surprised that the referee is allowing that. A bit of a rake on the nose there. Now driving knee first into the mat. Judgment Day working really well together as a team here tonight. Keeping each other fresh, and now Cruz del Toro planting Damian Priest with a DDT. Damian Priest straight back to his feet and not going to allow Cruz del Toro any kind of offense here. And oh, a huge kick delivered to the jaw and going into the pinfall now. Could we see Judgment Day retain the titles? No, just a 2 count. The L.W.O really need to get their act together right now, because those tag team titles could be slipping from their hands. Now into the corner. No, Cruz del Toro able to turn things around. Big elbow strikes to the midsection. Damian Priest just shoves Cruz del Toro off of him, and Cruz del Toro now targeting Finn Balor as well. Not about to get stuck in the corner. Oh, the double team by the Judgment Day proving to be somewhat of an issue, but Cruz del Toro into the Spanish fly. And now targeting the arm of Damian Priest, perhaps trying to eliminate that South of Heaven chokeslam. As now Damian Priest gets himself back in control. Now he's targeting the shoulder and the arm of Cruz del Toro. Damian Priest again tagging in Finn Balor. The Prince back into this match. Forearm delivered to the jaw of Cruz del Toro. The ring has been split in half here. Cruz del Toro is going to need to somehow find a tag at some point very soon, because he's suffering from a lot of attacks by the Judgment Day. Finn Balor with Cruz del Toro up onto his shoulders and now driven down to the mat. Damian Priest tried to get a cheap shot in there. And now Cruz del Toro getting a bit of a cheap shot on Damian Priest. And now an Enziguri connects with Finn Balor, and Finn Balor avoiding that shoulder tackle on the apron. Cruz del Toro could have opted for a tag there. That could cost him that decision. Into an arm drag and now into a cover. Finn Balor about to get the victory there. It was a quick pinfall, threw me off. Cruz del Toro slowly makes his way back to his feet, but a big forearm delivered to the side of the head. Now Finn Balor opting for a tag once again with Damian Priest. And a super kick delivered to the jaw. Damian Priest believes this one's all over, into the cover. This one could be done and dusted, but no, Cruz del Toro hanging in there. The L.W.O have proven time and time again that their strengths are being able to just hang in there. Just when you think they're down and out, they somehow manage to hang in the matchup, and then out of nowhere usually manage to get that victory just when you least expect it. So that's what they'll be looking to do here tonight. But Joaquin Wilde finally into this matchup and into the cover. No, Damian Priest gets the shoulder up on a 1 count. So Joaquin Wilde will be looking to turn things around, but he's slammed down to the mat and into the cover. Damian Priest for the victory. No, Joaquin Wilde again gets that shoulder up, and Cruz del Toro wasn't about to allow Finn Balor to get a cheap shot in there. Now big right hands by Damian Priest takes Joaquin Wilde off of the apron and to the outside. And a jawbreaker delivered. Joaquin Wilde not going to allow Damian Priest to get the upper hand here. Another jawbreaker takes Damian Priest off his feet. Big right hand delivered. And a huge elbow in response. And now Damian Priest taking off his feet with a chop block. Both these superstars back to their feet, and Finn Balor just kind of blocking the way there. They can't make it back into the ring, and Joaquin Wilde is going to want to get Damian Priest back into the ring. If there's a count out, then the Judgment Day will retain the titles, but luckily at an 8 count, they both make it back into the ring. Now Joaquin Wilde looking for a bit of an arm drag there, almost an old school style. Perhaps paying homage to The Undertaker. Now Damian Priest has Joaquin Wilde in position, connecting with a South of Heaven chokeslam. Cruz del Toro looking to break things up. He went a bit of the long way round there. That could have cost him, and Cruz del Toro able to get out of the way of things there, and then into a reverse Hurricane Rana, just giving Joaquin Wilde a bit of an opportunity to perhaps recover and maybe even get the tag. Is Joaquin Wilde going to tag Cruz del Toro in? It looks like he is. He does. Cruz del Toro back into this matchup. The L.W.O flying over the top rope. Cruz del Toro takes out Damian Priest on the outside. The L.W.O trying to turn things around, get themselves back into this match and driving Damian Priest down on the outside onto that concrete. Cruz del Toro looking absolutely exhausted right now. Now pays his attention, or turns his attention to Finn Balor. Drop kick takes Finn Balor off of the apron. Cruz del Toro just awaiting Damian Priest. Damian Priest telling Cruz del Toro to bring it. These two locking up. Cruz del Toro just dragging Damian Priest across to the other side of the ring. Now what's Cruz del Toro got planned here? Off of the ropes, into the arm drag again. And, a drop kick delivered as well. A bit of a corkscrew drop kick there. Finn Balor wanted to be tagged in there. He sees the trouble that Damian Priest is in. DDT plants Damian Priest once again, and Joaquin Wilde heads back into this match. The L.W.O starting to gel together and work together as a team. Now it's the Judgment Day's turn to remain isolated and have the ring split in half. Joaquin Wilde going to tag Cruz del Toro back in again. This is the thing that I feel the L.W.O need to do, is keep tagging each other in, keep each other fresh, deliver a couple of moves, get yourself out of there. But Cruz del Toro looking to maybe take out Damian Priest right now. Big kick to the face of Damian Priest and into the cover. Damian Priest could be completely out of it right now. No, he's able to get the shoulder up. Joaquin Wilde wanted to protect that pinfall, but he didn't even need to, because Damian Priest was able to kick out of that one. Cruz del Toro perhaps looking for another suicide dive, wanting Damian Priest to make it back to his feet, which he does, and he's wiped out once again on the outside. Cruz del Toro picking Damian Priest up, but Damian Priest now looking to turn things around, sent towards the announce tables. Now Damian Priest turning things around again. Big elbow strikes to the midsection of Cruz del Toro. These two need to be careful to count. I'm sure that Damian Priest won't really mind. I'm sure that he'd probably take a count out victory, or even a count out loss, because he'll remain tag team champion. Finn Balor really wants to get back into this matchup, but Damian Priest is struggling right now. Another Spanish fly delivered by Cruz del Toro. And a huge insecurity takes Damian Priest off his feet, but Cruz del Toro tried to block the way, but he just kind of wiped himself out. He's absolutely exhausted. Maybe he should think about getting that tag once again. Finn Balor into the cover now for the victory. No, Finn Balor able to get the shoulder up. Cruz del Toro, I feel it will be a very smart decision to get that tag, get Joaquin Wilde back into this match, but Finn Balor knows exactly what Cruz del Toro has planned. He's not going to allow Joaquin Wilde to get back into this one, and stomp to the upper chest just takes Cruz del Toro off his feet. And this crowd seeming to feel like the Judgment Day, and maybe their day. Boos ringing around the stadium. Big right hand delivered. And now Finn Balor looking for 1916. Connecting into cover now to finish this match and retain the tag team titles. No! Huge kick out once again by Cruz del Toro. The L.W.O just do not lay down. Now Finn Balor lining up Cruz del Toro here and plants him into the canvas head first. Surely this one's all over. Damian Priest into this one, and we have our victors, the Judgment Day, retain the World Tag Team Championships. Well, the L.W.O just coming up short once again. The Judgment Day firing on all cylinders once more, retaining their World Tag Team titles. Well, who on earth is going to stop them? That's the... Hold on a second. What? My word. The Dudley Boys are here. What on earth? Oh, holy... The crowd is saying exactly where it is. This is awesome. Oh my goodness. The Dudley Boys returning, and it looks like they have those championship gold within their sight. They're coming for the Judgment Day. Okay, so let's just catch our breath for a second as we move on with the show into the Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental Championship match. And the first man we have out here is Tomasso Ciampa. Kind of wiggled his way into this matchup by causing a disqualification on Monday Night Raw between AJ Styles and Dominik Mysterio during their number one contenders match. So this was supposed to be a one-on-one match originally, but Tomasso Ciampa wiping out AJ Styles during that matchup on Monday Night Raw. Clearly, Tomasso Ciampa wasn't going to allow AJ Styles to leave him behind and leave him in the shadows. Tomasso Ciampa wants to ensure that if AJ Styles is going for championship gold, he wants to be the one to make sure AJ Styles is not successful in taking that gold. So we have another member of the Judgment Day in action here tonight. Dominik Mysterio has actually had a very impressive universe mode thus far. The crowd, as always, raining the boos down on the appearance of Dominik Mysterio here. But as I said, he's had a very impressive start to his universe mode career. Remained undefeated for some time until he came up against the Ring General in singles action. He took Gunther to the limit in that matchup, but Gunther was able to successfully retain the Intercontinental Championship that time around. Dominik Mysterio has been the toughest challenge for Gunther so far in this universe mode. Everyone else has kind of just been wiped out and completely destroyed by the Ring General. But Dominik Mysterio will be looking to bring some more gold back home to the Judgment Day. Similar to the Bloodline over on Friday Night SmackDown, the Judgment Day could be thinking about trying to take over the entire Raw division, to be honest, because if Finn Balor or Damian Priest are able to get that World Heavyweight Championship, Dominik Mysterio could potentially get that Intercontinental Championship here tonight. They already hold the World Tag Team titles, and then Rhea Ripley is clearly in control of the women's division as well. She currently holds that World Championship. Ronda Rousey has set out the challenge for her though at SummerSlam. But right here, right now, it's all about this man, Dominik Mysterio, looking to get his first bit of gold here in WWE. I'm sure that you'll probably hear the loudest boos you've ever heard if Dominik Mysterio is successful here tonight. So Tomasso Ciampa, Dominik Mysterio, the first two out here. And next up we have the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. A new attitude with the phenomenal one in recent weeks. AJ Styles believes that people think he's washed up, but he's out here to prove that he's still at the top of his game. And he believes he is the man that should be the one to dethrone the Ring General Gunther to become the next Intercontinental Champion. Which, I mean, it's hard to argue because AJ Styles is the phenomenal one. That's not just a catchphrase. There's a reason why the fans call him that, and he doesn't just call himself that. So AJ Styles looking focused and ready. But one hell of a matchup awaits us right now. Four of the very best superstars in the division gonna fight it out for championship gold. The Intercontinental Championship is such an important championship here in WWE, can propel your career to the next level. I'm sure that's what all of these competitors have in their minds. But this man stands in their way. The Ring General, the current Intercontinental Champion, Gunther. One of the most dominant champions that we've ever seen in WWE. And arguably the most dominant champion in this universe mode. As I said, he's absolutely destroyed the majority of his opponents. The only man that really put up a bit of a fight was Dominik Mysterio. Gunther has wiped out the likes of Chad Gable during this title reign. He's been the most active champion in this universe mode as well, so that makes things even more impressive. Even though the odds are fully stacked against this man, it's hard to bet against him, even in a fatal four-way. I just can't see anyone pinning this man and taking that championship away from him. He has a firm grasp over that title, and I'm sure he's not looking to relinquish it anytime soon. So Intercontinental Championship on the line. Tomasso Ciampa, Dirty Dominik Mysterio, AJ Styles and the Intercontinental Champion Gunther about to fight it out to determine who is worthy of holding that title. Gunther just shoving Dominik Mysterio away. The disrespect. AJ Styles tying up with Tomasso Ciampa. You had to expect that that would probably be the way that this match would start off between those two. Now Tomasso Ciampa sent into the corner. The ring general delivering a clubbing blow across the chest of Dominik Mysterio. Now going for a double team here, but Tomasso Ciampa just bashing their heads together. And now AJ Styles and Gunther are going to go at it. A matchup that I'm sure many people would love to see in singles action. The Ring General versus the Phenomenal One. Tomasso Ciampa though, big knee strike to the midsection. Now into the corner goes Tomasso Ciampa, and Dominik Mysterio offered the ropes and planting Tomasso Ciampa in a DDT, and the Ring General was trying to sneak in a bit of a pinfall there, a bit of a disrespectful pin, and a drop kick delivered. And another one, no, AJ Styles able to slip out of the way of it. Now AJ Styles with a bit of a suplex there. And the kendo stick comes into play on the outside. Tomasso Ciampa laying waste to Dominik Mysterio. And the Ring General able to avoid that attack just there by Tomasso Ciampa with the kendo stick. And now these superstars bumping into each other inside the ring. AJ Styles delivering big elbows to the jaw, not going to allow Gunther to stay on the offense. But now AJ Styles is in the corner, having a foot driven into his throat. Now Tomasso Ciampa turns his attention to the Intercontinental Champion. It probably would have been a smarter choice to maybe target the Intercontinental Champion, try and wear him out and take him out, and then the rest of the superstars can fight out on their own. Gunther just waiting on the outside here, allowing these superstars to do just that. And now off the springboard, and look at that. The phenomenal AJ Styles into the cover now, and Gunther doesn't quite, he didn't quite know that AJ Styles was looking for the victory just then. That is the issue right here. That Gunther doesn't even have to be the man that gets pinned to lose his championship. If AJ Styles had pinned Dominik Mysterio just then this one would have been all over and into the sleeper hold, but AJ Styles was able to break that up. As much as I'm sure he would have wanted to allow the pain and suffering to ensue upon Tomasso Ciampa, you don't want to risk this matchup. Gunther just telling everyone that AJ Styles is not the man that they think he is. He's not the phenomenal one. AJ Styles was able to get out of the way of that attack. As now they head back into the ring. Tomasso Ciampa, plenty of kendo sticks under the ring here tonight. And these superstars making use of all of them. AJ Styles with the suicide dive, wiping out the Ring General out of absolutely nowhere. AJ Styles reminding Gunther of who the phenomenal one is. And that's kendo stick to the spine. He could have targeted the Intercontinental Champion there, but AJ Styles opted to go for Tomasso Ciampa once again. Tomasso Ciampa with a baseball bat, going after his long foe, AJ Styles, but AJ Styles able to turn it around. Dominik Mysterio hitting the Three Amigos on the outside, and into the steel steps goes Gunther, spine first. Dominik Mysterio telling the crowd to shush. Now AJ Styles inside the ring, going up to the top rope. AJ Styles delivering an elbow drop to the heart and into the cover now for the victory for a new Intercontinental Champion. No, Tomasso Ciampa just gets the shoulder up. Dominik Mysterio couldn't quite find his way back into the ring there. Dominik and Gunther are in a dangerous place here, because if a pinfall happens in the ring like it just did, then they're going to struggle to stop that from happening. Now to the outside, and AJ Styles just laying waste to everyone with that baseball bat, taking every single person out, and now turns his attention to Tomasso Ciampa once more. Baseball bat to the skull. And now Dominik Mysterio out of the way, but then he receives another blow. And oh my word, Gunther just throwing the steel steps onto the upper back of Dominik Mysterio, now into the calf crusher on the outside. It's not going to matter if Gunther taps out here. Luckily he's able to break the hold. Now Gunther sends AJ Styles across the outside. Gunther slowly making his way around the ring. Tomasso Ciampa going to meet him on the other side here. Gunther telling him to whack him with that kendo stick as he obliges. Tomasso Ciampa going back over. Oh, and throwing that kendo stick at AJ Styles and asking AJ Styles who the phenomenal one is. Now these two looking for a bit of a double team perhaps there, but Dominik Mysterio wasn't going to let it happen, and a drop kick delivered by Gunther on the outside to, oh my word, Tomasso Ciampa, who was sent into the barricade, and AJ Styles crashed and burned. It's hard to keep up with the action right now, so much going on. All the superstars on the outside of the ring. Gunther opting for those steel steps again. AJ Styles just about avoided it, and oh my word, the Intercontinental Champion in trouble. AJ Styles hitting the Styles Clash on the outside, but the problem with that is you have to get the ring general into the ring. The damage has been done, but you can't get the victory on the outside. AJ Styles with that kendo stick, just absolutely laying waste. Oh my word, and that kendo stick flung into the face of the ring general as he just about made it to his feet. Now AJ Styles opting for the sledgehammer. Coming around and throwing that sledgehammer at Gunther. Gunther's really receiving the brunt of the action here. Dominik Mysterio playing up to the crowd. Gunther looking furious as he made his way to his feet. Looking for a clothesline, but wasn't able to connect. Sending Tomasso Ciampa into the ring, and AJ Styles connects with a neckbreaker. Gunther could have possibly had a cheeky plan to maybe get Ciampa into the ring and maybe try and finish the match there. But AJ Styles was able to thwart his plan. Now Gunther. Oh, a drop kick delivered again to Tomasso Ciampa, who ricochets off of the barricade there. And Gunther wiped out by AJ Styles with that chop block. AJ Styles and Dominik Mysterio potentially going to head back into the ring. No, AJ Styles telling Dominik Mysterio to make it back to his feet, which he's slowly doing so. Now all of these men kind of squaring each other up. AJ Styles and Tomasso Ciampa about to square up here. Dominik Mysterio telling the crowd to shush. The ring general Gunther with a steel chair in hand as he heads into the ring. I'm not sure that these two superstars, AJ Styles and Dominik, really realise that the ring general has that weapon in hand. Gonna target Tomasso Ciampa, but he's able to stop the ring general in his tracks. Gunther feeling it here tonight. AJ Styles looking for the Styles Clash again here, but it's not the best timing. Oh my word, he could be about to get the victory to pin the Intercontinental Champion. No, Dominik Mysterio almost made the biggest mistake of his entire career so far. Tomasso Ciampa saw what was happening and was looking to break up that pinfall, but Dominik Mysterio stopped him from doing so. Now Dominik with a drop kick. Unless Dominik is successful here tonight, then maybe he had the perfect plan, but now Gunther slamming Dominik Mysterio spine first, upper neck first, into that steel chair. Got to think that if Tomasso Ciampa wasn't there, this one would have been all over. Well, Tomasso Ciampa just been busted wide open there. AJ Styles sent into the ropes, power slam delivered. The ring general into the cover, looking for the victory here, but no, Tomasso Ciampa once more able to break things up. The ring general sent into the ropes now. AJ Styles again looking for the Styles Clash. Third Styles Clash delivered to the ring general into the cover. This one could be all over. Tomasso Ciampa's distracted here. New Intercontinental Champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles, has pinned the ring general. My goodness. Well, AJ Styles says he's not washed up. He is phenomenal, and he's still on the top of his game, and he's proved that here tonight. The new Intercontinental Champion. The era of AJ Styles begins. But ladies and gentlemen, after crowning a new Intercontinental Champion, we now move on to one of the most anticipated matchups of this entire card. The Queen's Crown Tournament Final. This woman, Charlotte Flair, is the only one who successfully completed the entire tournament to earn her spot in the final here, so it could be argued that she may even be more deserving than the other superstars that being here tonight. Asuka has been the one that's kind of thrown a spanner in the works by, first of all, getting a count-out victory against Jade Cargill in the first matchup of this tournament, and then attempting the same thing against Becky Lynch, but unfortunately for her, she was also counted out, so that one ended in a draw, leading to the Animal Batista deciding to throw Asuka, Becky Lynch and Jade Cargill all into this matchup. So it's a fatal 4-way Iron Woman match. So we have 20 minutes of action here. Most pinfalls, most submissions. And the victor will be crowned the new Queen of the Ring in WWE. And they will earn themselves a title shot at whichever champion of their choosing in their division. So Charlotte Flair will be looking to go after that World Championship. And she'll be looking to not just be the self-proclaimed queen here in WWE, but she'll also be looking to actually win this tournament and earn her spot on the throne here in WWE. So she's going to be one hell of a force to be reckoned with in this matchup. But the other competitors are also no slouches in their own right. And this woman, Charlotte Flair, has one hell of a history with the man, Becky Lynch. These two have so much history together. Former best friends, former rivals. They've had some incredible matches in the past, and they meet here again. A lot of people were hoping that these two would be facing one-on-one here tonight. Would have been one hell of a matchup to see that, but unfortunately things didn't go that way. But at least we still get to see these two in action. Becky Lynch coming out here, attempting to take that Queen's title away from her former best friend Charlotte Flair and earn herself as a shot at the WWE Women's Championship on Friday Night SmackDown. She'll be looking to go after Bianca Belair, who is the current Women's Champion on SmackDown. So Becky Lynch just soaking in the crowd right now. The crowd definitely delighted to see the man here tonight. But here comes their opponent, the woman who has been a thorn in the side of everyone in this tournament. Anyone she's come across, she's been a slippery character. Asuka is out here looking to earn herself the crown. So no Kairi Sane here tonight, who has been in her corner every step of the way. And of course, Asuka is not going to be able to utilize that count out here tonight. Pinfalls and submissions only. Of course, there's no disqualification, as well as its fatal 4-way rules. So we could have one hell of a match right here on our hands. This match could potentially steal the show. The Empress of Tomorrow, though, looking to climb her way back to the top of the mountain. What a start she's had to a universe mode. She went undrafted, earned herself a contract, and now she's in the final of the Queen of the Ring tournament, or the Queen's Crown tournament. And I'm not sure where on earth she got that mask from. That came out from absolutely nowhere. She must have had it in her jacket. So Asuka is out here, and she's ready to earn her space at the top of the mountain and potentially get that World Championship opportunity. But the last woman here is the Storm herself, Jade Cargill, about to make her way out here. Well, the atmosphere in this stadium completely changes as soon as the Storm arrives. Jade Cargill makes her way out here. The crowd absolutely delighted to see her. And she's absolutely delighted to see them as well. Jade Cargill just soaking in this crowd. I'm sure she did not believe that she would be here tonight. After the kind of run-in she's had on her way to this spot, she pretty much had a loss already in this tournament, but Batista determined the fact that Asuka and Becky Lynch were counted out in a draw. It meant that Jade Cargill was only deserving of a second chance, as she was also counted out. It wasn't a clean victory that Asuka had over Jade Cargill. So Jade Cargill going to come up against three of the very best in the division. And she has already squared up to Bianca Belair in recent weeks. She's made the message clear that she's coming for that WWE Women's Championship. So Jade Cargill will be looking to make one hell of an impact here tonight. One matchup that would be incredible to see would be Jade Cargill versus Charlotte Flair in singles action. We could have potentially had that matchup as well. Any of these matches, to be honest, in singles action is incredible. We've already seen Jade go up against Asuka. Jade was unsuccessful in that one, but luckily for her, she got the second chance. 20 minutes on the clock as we're into this Iron Woman match. Who's going to be able to get the most pinfalls and submissions and be crowned the Queen of WWE? We're about to find out. And Asuka just, oh my word, that move by Charlotte Flair, I'm not sure what she calls it, but looked like it was really targeting the spine of Asuka. Charlotte Flair turns her attention to Becky Lynch now. And Becky off the ropes, went for a leg drop. Asuka feeling it on the apron there. Just asking these competitors to show her what they're made of. As Becky Lynch obliges with a German suplex, Jade Cargill and Charlotte Flair were squaring up for a moment, and then a bulldog delivered to Becky Lynch. And then Jade Cargill taken off her feet. And Charlotte Flair already going for the weapons, and Asuka looking for a sneaky victory once again. Now Becky Lynch going under the ring to bring some weapons into this one. The stop sign is into this one, and a chop block delivered. Charlotte Flair not about to allow Becky Lynch to get any kind of advantage with that stop sign. Now Becky Lynch driven down to the mat. And Asuka opting for the table here to the delight of the fans, and Jade Cargill was just playing up to the crowd, showing off a little bit there into the submission hold. Asuka realising that Becky Lynch is in trouble. And of course you don't really want to allow your opponents to just get a pinfall or a submission, because that means they're one step ahead. And Asuka again looking to sneak in a victory, but Jade Cargill is going to take a lot more than that to wipe her out. Now another table brought into the play. And Becky Lynch looking to take control of Charlotte Flair, but Charlotte Flair not about to allow that to happen. Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch locking up. Into the corner goes Becky. And now Jade Cargill and Charlotte Flair. Charlotte with Jade on her back, and now delivering that same manoeuvre. Jade rolls to the outside. Charlotte Flair and Asuka, they have one hell of a history together as well. Seen some incredible matches between those two in the past also. Charlotte Flair potentially had an opportunity to maybe try and get a sneaky pinfall there, but she feels that not enough damage has been done to Asuka. More needs to be done. Charlotte Flair now turning her attention back to Asuka in the corner. And slamming her face first into that turnbuckle. Jade Cargill was just looking for that stop sign. Charlotte Flair seems to have eyes in the back of her head. She's just controlling this match right now. And she turns her attention once again to the Empress of Tomorrow, and a double team there by the former best friends, and a leg drop delivered to Asuka, and then Becky Lynch just taking out Charlotte Flair, taking advantage of perhaps some misguided trust there by Charlotte. Becky Lynch big kick to the jaw of the self-proclaimed queen. of WWE. Now Becky Lynch taking Charlotte Flair across the ring. Big right hand delivered. Jade Cargill on the outside, utilising that trash can to her advantage. And in the ring, Becky Lynch with the stop sign slams it down, but she misses. Maybe she's just planning a move in a few moments. No, she gets the stop sign again, and this time she connects with it. And the crowd are fully behind Becky Lynch here. I'm sure that she feels that as well. Shoulder tackle, no. Charlotte Flair able to reverse that on the apron. As now these two back into the ring, and Jade Cargill locking up with Asuka on the outside again, as they head back into the ring also. Now Becky Lynch targeting Jade Cargill, takes her off her feet. Big right hand to Asuka. Now slamming Asuka down. Jade Cargill opting for that table here, giving the fans exactly what they want, but Becky Lynch is going to take that table out from her hands. Now Jade Cargill sliding to the outside. Oh, a big knee strike delivered to Charlotte Flair, but she remains standing. Now Charlotte put onto the apron here, or onto the ropes. Becky Lynch just targeting that arm and into the cover now. Charlotte Flair is in some trouble for the first victory, no, or the first pinfall I should say. Not quite. Now Becky Lynch off the ropes, looking for that leg drop. She connects this time, and she's going for it again, and she misses on the second. And a big kick to the knee, but Becky Lynch able to stay in control of things here. Arm drag delivered. Asuka aware of the situation in the ring, and Becky Lynch into the pinfall, but big kick out. And now Asuka looking to sneak in a victory here, getting the pinfall, but no. Becky Lynch gets the shoulder up this time. Now Jade Cargill sends Charlotte into the corner. Jade Cargill not able to take advantage of Asuka just then. She turns her attention to Charlotte Flair as these two trade blows. Big strikes being delivered. And a big kick to the midsection. Now Jade Cargill slamming Charlotte Flair down face first into the mat, and a big knee to the face of Jade just then. Wise for Jade to roll to the outside there. Just take a breather. And Becky Lynch just missing with that steel chair. Asuka able to avoid it, luckily. And Becky Lynch again, this time steel chair to the head. Asuka taken out, and Becky Lynch into the cover. She felt like that was enough, but I guess she didn't realise that Jade Cargill was right there. Now Jade Cargill with this steel chair. I'm sure that you wouldn't want to be hit with that steel chair if Jade Cargill's the one holding it. And now Asuka with a sneaky pinfall here. She sent Jade Cargill to the outside, but Becky Lynch luckily gets the shoulder up. Charlotte Flair again bringing a trash can into play. She was a little bit distracted under the ring, going for that weapon, whilst Asuka was trying to get that sneaky pinfall. And a spear delivered out of absolutely nowhere to Becky Lynch here. Oh, Becky Lynch into the roll-up here. Jade Cargill's not aware of what's going on behind her. Oh, luckily Charlotte Flair gets the shoulder up. We've got to be closing in on the first pinfall or first submission here, surely. These two, Becky Lynch may have been looking for the Bexploder, but Charlotte Flair was able to reverse it and slamming. Charlotte Flair absolutely wiped out with the stop sign there into the cover. This one could be the first pinfall, but no. Asuka was able to break it up just in time. I'm not sure whether Charlotte would have been able to kick out of that, because that stop sign connected with her face and absolutely wiped her out. She looked like she was out cold for a second. And now Charlotte Flair turning things around and into the pinfall. No, Becky Lynch doesn't opt for the pinfall. She realises that's not the right time right now. The other two superstars are well within reach of being able to split, or should I say stop that pinfall. A spine buster was delivered by Jade Cargill to Becky Lynch there. Jade just gathering herself on the outside. Becky Lynch turns her attention to Charlotte Flair. Now Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch on the inside, and a spear delivered on the outside of the ring there by Jade Cargill. The problem is you can't get a victory here unless it's between those ropes. Charlotte Flair going for the first pinfall here. First pinfall in this matchup, but Asuka quickly back into the ring, and she didn't even break up the count. I'm not sure what that was all about, but into the corner goes Jade Cargill and slams face first into the mat from that bulldog. Asuka now turning attention to Charlotte Flair, and now Asuka's into the pinfall. Becky Lynch a little bit distracted with the weapon, but Charlotte's able to get the shoulder up. These superstars leaving it all on the line. They know what's at stake here. The Queen of the Ring, that Queen's crown, could be going home with any single one of these superstars, but also an opportunity at that championship could be hanging in the balance as well. Who's going to be a potential next world champion in the women's division here? Charlotte Flair and Asuka just kind of eyeing each other up. Charlotte heads on around to Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill with a German suplex, just throwing Charlotte Flair into the barricade there, and then Jade connecting with a bit of a kick there. Didn't connect fully with it on Becky Lynch. Now Becky with the disarm on the outside. I'm not sure why you would go for that on the outside, because if Charlotte Flair taps out, it doesn't matter. She could be about to tap out here. She's not. She's able to get out of it. And Asuka looking for a cheeky pinfall here. She could be about to get the first pinfall of this match, but no, Jade Cargill. Plenty of fight left in her as well. Now Charlotte Flair, knees delivered to the midsection. Becky Lynch followed Charlotte Flair into the ring. I think that Becky knew what Charlotte was planning. Asuka with that steel chair to the head. This could be the opportunity that Asuka needs into the pinfall. Another sneaky pinfall by Asuka. No, just a 1 count. These superstars really showing plenty of fight here. Charlotte and Jade Cargill just kind of taunting at each other on either side of the ring. And a spear delivered again, this time by Jade Cargill on the outside. And now Becky Lynch in the ring, could be about to get the first pinfall here. Becky Lynch, but Jade Cargill able to get into the ring and break things up once again. It's so difficult to get the first pinfall in this match. Fatal 4-way rules means there's always someone potentially about to break things up for you, and the glam slam connects. Jade Cargill into the cover, but she doesn't realise that Asuka is right there, and she's able to break up the pinfall. Now sent into the ropes, into the German suplex, into the bridge, but Charlotte Flair's there to break things up this time. These superstars getting a little bit desperate once again. Charlotte Flair sending Asuka into the corner. And a big kick delivered to Asuka, targeting the knee, and Charlotte Flair avoids that steel chair by Becky Lynch. And then Charlotte Flair delivering an elbow there. A bit of a corkscrew elbow, and the power on display now by Jade Cargill, slamming Charlotte Flair down into the canvas. Charlotte turns things around, and it looked like Charlotte may have been going for a chop block there, but Becky Lynch was able to stop her in her tracks, and targeting the arm now of Jade Cargill is Becky Lynch. And now into the cover, looking for a cheeky victory, but Asuka's well aware of what's going on in the ring, and she just about breaks it up. We've surely got to get a pinfall soon. We've got just 8 minutes remaining in this one. No pinfalls, no submissions thus far, and Charlotte Flair looking for the natural selection. Perhaps no, she's going for the submission actually. And Charlotte Flair was able to break it up. Sorry, Becky Lynch was able to break it up. Charlotte Flair could have been seconds away from making the Empress of Tomorrow tap out there. Now Charlotte Flair into a neck breaker. Now Charlotte slamming Becky Lynch down to the mat and into the cover, but oh my word, the referee's been taken out here. A big elbow delivered to Jade Cargill. There's no referee right now, but it doesn't really matter because there's no rules. Asuka looking for that hip attack. She connects with it, but there's no referee. And Asuka now going to try and send Jade outside the ring, but Jade's feeling it right now. She dodges that attack by Becky Lynch, and Jade looking to turn her attention to Charlotte Flair. Becky Lynch also turning her attention to the self-proclaimed queen. Oh my word. Asuka going for the Asuka lock. She could be about to make Jade Cargill tap out, but oh my word, Jade Cargill's tapped. Asuka has got the first pin, or the first submission, so it's 1-0 to Asuka. Charlotte Flair just connected with a natural selection as well, but wiped herself out in doing so, and she wasn't able to capitalize. But now, into the pinfall, Charlotte Flair looking to even things up. Into the pin, no! Asuka able to get the shoulder up, so Asuka right now is in a very powerful position. Just over 6 minutes remain, and Asuka is the one leading the way here with the first submission of this match. Now these two, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, once again in the ring, locking up here. What Charlotte Flair got planned. Hanging Becky Lynch up on the top rope, and Charlotte Flair was well aware of the evil intentions behind her by Asuka. Asuka has been a very slippery character in this universe mode. She went for that spinning heel kick but missed. Charlotte Flair was able to avoid it, and a body slam there inside the ring. Charlotte Flair believes that this is her time. Becky Lynch and Jade Cargill on the outside, but now Asuka with another submission hold here. Becky Lynch completely distracted on the outside. She's just about figured out what is going on, but luckily Charlotte Flair was able to break out of that hold. Could have been 2-0 there. Just over 5 minutes remain. Jade Cargill now looking for a trunk slam, connecting into the cover, but the referee receives another bit of a blow to the head. Luckily it wasn't fully connected there, and Jade Cargill now looking for a choke slam this time. No, not looking for the choke slam, just looking to send Charlotte Flair down to the mat. So Jade Cargill could have been moments away from pinning Becky Lynch there and getting herself a pinfall. The thing is, you got to wonder what happens if this one ends in a draw. What if there's two people with one pinfall each? Then what happens? Charlotte Flair missing on that attack there. But if things remain as they are, Asuka will be crowned the new queen of the ring. We've got just over 4 minutes remaining. The time is ticking away here. Bulldog connecting by Asuka. She's in a very powerful position right now. She's the only one in the ring with Charlotte Flair. If she's able to take advantage of this, then she could get an even further lead. But a big elbow delivered by Charlotte Flair. Becky Lynch laying waste to Jade Cargill. Oh, the trash can just tossed into the face of Asuka there, and Charlotte Flair looking to take out Becky Lynch right now. Charlotte taking Becky Lynch towards the corner, but the referee getting a little bit in the way there and able to give Becky Lynch an opportunity to get back into this, and a code breaker delivered by Asuka. Just over 3 minutes 30 into another submission hold. Asuka really targeting Jade Cargill here tonight with those submissions, but luckily this time Jade is able to slip on out of that one. Charlotte Flair now locking up with Jade Cargill, neckbreaker delivered. Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair just felt that presence behind her, and the big heel kick delivered. Becky Lynch has wiped herself out once again. These superstars absolutely exhausted, just over 3 minutes to go. These superstars need to get a move on here. Becky Lynch into the suplex. Now going for the trash can, tossing that trash can onto Charlotte Flair. Is she going to go for the pinfall? She is. Becky Lynch to maybe tie things here. Into the cover, she's done it. Becky Lynch with one pinfall. The same with Asuka. Jade Cargill and Charlotte Flair are in a very precarious position right now. Big strike delivered, and now Jade Cargill into the cover. Could we be potentially into a draw? Oh my word! Jade Cargill, Becky Lynch and Asuka all have one pinfall each. The three SmackDown superstars are currently drawing. Only 2 minutes remain here. Could we be finishing on a draw, or are we going to get a victor right now? Asuka locking in a submission hold on the outside. It would be a smart decision for Becky Lynch to maybe go for something right now. As Charlotte Flair and Asuka were distracted for quite some time on the outside there, but Becky Lynch could be missing a huge opportunity right now. She was going to go off the top rope, but she opted not to. Becky Lynch wasting a lot of time right here, slamming that stop sign off of the face of Jade Cargill into the cover. Becky Lynch to go 2-1 up into the lead. No. Jade Cargill gets the shoulder up. Charlotte Flair is in the wrong position right now. She needs to head back into the ring. Just over 1:30. She's the only superstar that has not got a pinfall yet. Well, you got to hope that someone gets the pinfall victory right here. Or gets another submission. Because right now we're drawing. We have 3 superstars, all with 1 pinfall each. Becky Lynch hanging up Jade Cargill on that top rope. Becky Lynch should probably think about trying to get another pinfall or submission here. Charlotte Flair on the outside just kind of taunting away at Jade Cargill and Becky Lynch as they head to the outside with less than a minute remaining. Charlotte Flair is in big trouble here. The Queen's Crown tournament is slowly slipping away from her. She needs to get someone back into the ring. Going for a double team here. Asuka heads into the ring. Charlotte Flair, I'm not sure if she's aware of what the situation is right now. Backbreaker delivered. Just over 30 seconds remain. I don't think we're going to get another pinfall or submission. Another double team on the outside. Asuka just kind of watching on. Less than 30 seconds to go. Jade Cargill sent into the ring post. 20 seconds remain. Is someone going to get another pinfall? I highly doubt it right now. My goodness. Well, what on earth is going to happen now? We've not got anyone crowned as the official Queen of the Ring in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my word, we've ended this one in a draw. Hold on a second, we've got Triple H on the Titantron here. Triple H says things are not going to end this way. We're going to determine the Queen of the Ring right here, right now. Oh my word, we're going to have a triple threat between Becky Lynch, Jade Cargill and Asuka. So Charlotte Flair has to head to the back. But triple threat rules, elimination rules as well. No disqualifications to determine the Queen of the Ring. Coming up next. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last thing that I expected. I did not expect the Queen of the Ring tournament to end in a draw, but Triple H has announced that this match is now an elimination triple threat match to determine who the Queen of the Ring will be. These superstars absolutely exhausted right now, but they've got to continue to fight to determine who's going to get that championship opportunity going forward. Asuka trying to take control of things here, maybe looking to eliminate Jade Cargill early on. Codebreaker was delivered, but Jade Cargill gets that shoulder up. She's able to hang in there. Becky Lynch now back into the ring. At least this time, these superstars don't have to worry about each other breaking up pinfalls. They just have to try and stay in this match and be the last one standing. Becky Lynch planted onto the canvas and Asuka just taking advantage of that there. And drop kick delivered to the spine and the back of the head of Jade Cargill. Asuka now sending Jade into the corner. You got to feel like it kind of feels as though Asuka may be the superstar that's kind of on a roll here tonight. She's been very sneaky and definitely taking each opportunity as it arises. So she's just got to remain focused and she could potentially become the Queen of the Ring. What a story that would be for her. Now into the belly-to-belly suplex. And Asuka going to the outside now. More weapons coming back into play again. These women seem to love playing with some weapons. Oh, and Becky Lynch just taking off of the apron there. Now still chair strikes being delivered to Jade Cargill in the ring. But Jade able to turn things around just then. And now Jade Cargill, oh my word, looking for the glam slam onto the steel chair perhaps. Oh my word, into the cover. Asuka's in deep trouble right now. Just saying that this could maybe be her night. But she's able to get the shoulder up. Big kick out there by Asuka. Well, how much longer can these superstars keep going? They've already gone on for 20 minutes straight. And they've got to continue to fight. Jade Cargill in deep trouble now. She gets the shoulder up this time. Jade Cargill just hanging in there, and Becky Lynch cannot believe it. Now big kick to the midsection. Becky Lynch looking to hook the leg and drive Jade Cargill down into the mat. And Asuka just with that stop sign off of the head of Becky Lynch. Now stomping away in the corner. Asuka just stomping away on the chest of Becky Lynch there. Now Becky Lynch being brought back up to her feet. And Asuka sending Becky across the ring and into the knee strike and a kick to the back of the head. Asuka out to the top rope, that's quite a distance there. Jade Cargill setting up the table on the outside and Asuka still able to connect. Big body splash. Becky Lynch, the man in trouble, but gets the shoulder up. Jade Cargill slides back into the ring. She wants a piece of the action. Asuka not gonna allow Jade Cargill to take control of this one though. Now sent into each other is Becky Lynch and Asuka. Now Becky Lynch with Asuka up and slams her down to the canvas. Asuka wisely rolling to the outside, avoiding potentially getting eliminated from this matchup. Now into the belly to belly suplex. Jade Cargill, elbow delivered to the heart of Becky Lynch. Asuka making her way back into the matchup. I don't think Jade Cargill was quite aware of that until just now. Now Jade Cargill missing with that kick to the midsection. Now big strikes being delivered. Jade Cargill, huge clothesline, takes Asuka off her feet. And Jade turns her attention to the man Becky Lynch. And big knee strike delivered. Jade Cargill sent into the corner now. And Becky Lynch looking for the suplex into the corner. And that signature Becky Lynch right there. Now Asuka with the big kicks and strikes to Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch in big trouble right now, but she's able to avoid that chair strike. Tackled back down to the mat though. Becky Lynch slowly making her way back to her feet. Jade Cargill just playing up to the crowd. That's a chair strike to the spine of Becky. And now the shovel coming into play. And Jade Cargill striking Asuka with that shovel. Just almost sending a message that she's going to bury the hopes and dreams of these two superstars into the cover. Becky Lynch in big trouble, but she's able to get the shoulder out. Now Asuka with a knee strike to the side of the head of Jade Cargill. She's going back to that stop sign, which she seems to really be trusting in this match, but Becky Lynch able to avoid that strike. Now Asuka, oh my word, Asuka into the Asuka lock. Becky Lynch has been caught here. She's in deep trouble. Is she going to tap out or is she able to break the hold? She's able to break out of it. My word. Asuka was able to make Jade Cargill tap out already here tonight with that. But Becky Lynch wasn't going to fall for that one. Now Becky Lynch was opting for that steel chair, but she realises that it's pretty much crumbled under the abuse that it's been received. Now Jade Cargill and Becky Lynch going to team up against the Empress of Tomorrow here. And oh my word, just about missing her head on the apron there, Asuka. And now sent into the steel steps is Jade Cargill. And these superstars leaving everything on the line here tonight. Now they're locking up and sent across the outside here towards the table that she set up, Jade Cargill. Could be in danger of going through it herself, but now Becky Lynch with Asuka in her grasp. Potentially looking to put Asuka through the table. No, sending her into the steel steps. And now Jade Cargill with Becky Lynch here. Thought that maybe she was going to go for a move through the table, but it didn't seem like it. Now Becky Lynch just slammed through that table on the outside. And she was put through the edge of it, so on the corner, so it was the harder part of the table there. So Becky Lynch has got to be suffering after that one. Jade Cargill now with the steel chair in hand. Asuka not about to let Jade Cargill utilise that steel chair, sending her into the ring post, and now turns her attention to Becky Lynch. And Becky Lynch using that stop sign. How ironic this would be if she gets the pinfall after that. No, Asuka gets the shoulder up. The stop sign that Asuka has been using throughout this entire matchup almost was the reason why she got eliminated. Now Becky Lynch And Jade Cargill in the ring. Becky Lynch trying to take control of the match and perhaps eliminate Jade Cargill here. The Storm could be in big trouble. German suplex connects. Now Becky Lynch gonna try and bury the hopes and dreams. Oh my word, I'm pretty sure that hit the back of the head of Jade Cargill. I would not be surprised if this pin does it. Jade Cargill still gets the shoulder up. How on earth is she still going? How on earth are any of these women still going? But the winner of this match, we know, is going to have a title opportunity for Friday Night SmackDown. Jade Cargill has already sent a message to Bianca Belair, so I'm sure that she'll be hoping that she can be the victor here to pin Becky Lynch. No, she's not able to do so. You've got to remember that Tiffany Stratton is still lurking around, but now Jade Cargill into the bear hug. Could Becky Lynch perhaps be about to tap out, or is she able to slip out of this one? Becky Lynch able to get the elbow strikes to the side of the head and then clap on the ears and just get Jade Cargill to release the hold. But yeah, as I was saying, Tiffany Stratton, oh my word, Jade Cargill went after Asuka and accidentally speared the referee. Yeah, Tiffany Stratton has that briefcase and she's still lurking around in the shadows, so we've got to remember that's a thing. But Jade Cargill now, oh, big boot delivered. She accidentally wiped out the ref. She could be missing out on an opportunity. She could have potentially eliminated Asuka just then. Oh, and into the roll-up, but the referee's still down and out. Jade Cargill could have just cost herself a possible elimination just then. There's now Asuka and Jade Cargill about to lock up here. Jade Cargill targeting the arm of Asuka. Now the referee is finally back to his feet. Jade Cargill sending, Asuka sending Jade into the corner, and now another table being brought into play. Becky Lynch locking up with Asuka now. Oh, and into a suplex there. Jade Cargill back into the ring. Becky Lynch trying to control this match. She wants to keep one superstar down and then potentially deal damage to the other one. Now turns her attention back to Asuka. Very smart play this by Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch looking for the suplex again. And now into the cover, into a roll-up here. Jade Cargill's in big trouble. Becky Lynch, no, she can't get the first elimination. Well, these three superstars, I think they're going to go on until tomorrow. We may not even get the King of the Ring final here tonight. Becky Lynch now into the cover once again. No, Jade Cargill still stays in this one. My word, the resiliency of Jade Cargill is something to behold. Asuka just missing on that stop sign again. And a drop kick delivered to Becky Lynch. Asuka going to the outside, perhaps looking for more weapons. She brings that steel chair back into play. Targeting Becky Lynch again with a steel chair to the head. Now just wiping out Becky Lynch as she's down on the outside. Jade Cargill picking up that shovel as a weapon of her own and delivering that strike right to the head of Asuka. And now to the legs and the lower spine. Just looking to take Asuka apart here. But now Jade Cargill been drop kicked. And it looked like her head rebounded off of that shovel, and both these superstars down, but Asuka just about makes it back to her feet. Big right hand delivered. Big strikes here by Asuka. Becky Lynch bringing that trash can back into play. Jade Cargill seems to have been targeted by these two so far. She's able to get the shoulder up again. How on earth is she doing this? A kip up. Jade Cargill is something else. Off the ropes now. Jade Cargill into the belly to belly. Luckily for Becky, she didn't land on that shovel as Jade Cargill did moments ago. Now Asuka, what's she looking for? Setting up Jade Cargill in the Tree of Woe, but Becky Lynch gonna take advantage, slamming Asuka down to the mat into the pinfall now. Jade Cargill watching from an upside down position. And Asuka this time gets the shoulder up. Becky Lynch can't believe it. These superstars really leaving everything on the line here tonight. My word. And Becky Lynch slamming down Asuka. You got to feel like Asuka's surely out of this matchup right now. If she kicks out, she does. Oh my word. A 2.9 count. And Asuka gets the shoulder up. What are we witnessing here tonight? My goodness. These superstars have been going on fighting over half an hour now. Trying to determine the queen of the ring. Triple H has really delivered here tonight. A big boot delivered to Asuka on the outside there. Jade Cargill trying to determine what her next move is. A big right hand wipes out Asuka once again. It might be a good idea to maybe get Asuka into the ring because she looks like she's completely out of it. Gingerly making her way back to her feet though. Becky Lynch and Jade Cargill now going to go head to head. Asuka makes her way back into the ring. She avoids that strike by Jade. Now Asuka with big kicks to the midsection and tossing Jade Cargill and then a steel chair to the face. Becky Lynch for the pinfall for the first elimination. Into the 2 and the 3 count. Asuka gets eliminated. We're down to Becky Lynch and Jade Cargill. Oh my word. One hell of a showdown this is going to be. Jade Cargill's trying to keep her distance here. Maybe wants a bit more of a breather. Asuka trying to make her way out of the arena, but she can't get through here. Becky Lynch just ensuring that Asuka has a means of escape. Asuka just limping her way to the back. One hell of a showing Asuka had here tonight. I really thought that this was her night here tonight, but Becky Lynch and Jade Cargill are the 2 women left remaining. Slammed it down to the concrete on the outside there. And Becky Lynch now with Jade Cargill in her clutches. Sends Jade back into the ring. Becky Lynch looking completely exhausted here. Jade Cargill taking this time to perhaps set up the table. Becky Lynch making her way into the ring and she's able to avoid a potential table strike to the face. Becky Lynch now into the arm drag, into those weapons. Becky Lynch for the victory to become the queen of the ring. 2 count and oh my goodness, she gets the shoulder up again. Becky Lynch cannot believe it. She doesn't know what on earth she has to do to put Jade Cargill away. Jade again back to her feet. She just keeps on coming. The storm has truly arrived and oh my word, look at this by Jade Cargill. A clothesline delivered. How is she doing this? Jade Cargill just keeps on coming. Steel chair delivered to Becky Lynch now into the cover. Jade Cargill could be about to get the victory for the queen of the ring. No, Becky Lynch. Big kick out there needed. Now Jade Cargill bringing Becky Lynch back to her feet and Jade Cargill looking for a choke slam here. Slamming Becky Lynch down. I'm sure that her head rebounded off of that shovel there. Into the cover. This one's surely over. No! How on earth is Becky Lynch not absolutely concussed and knocked out? She literally crashed down onto that shovel. Oh! A big body splash delivered to the outside. Jade Cargill with some ground and pound. Jade starting to take control of this matchup. Although Jade is limping a little bit here. Not surprising, to be honest. Both of these superstars have crashed head first into that shovel. So I don't know how they're even standing, to be honest. Becky Lynch just about getting her back to her feet. And then the stop sign crashed on the face of Becky Lynch. And now slammed down onto the midsection. Jade Cargill really showing her dominance here. She's going for another weapon, going for the trash can this time. Maybe just rearranging the furniture. She's awaiting Becky Lynch to get back into the ring. Becky Lynch opting for the stop sign this time, but Jade Cargill able to take advantage. Becky Lynch into that drop kick to the jaw of Jade Cargill. Big kick delivered to the spine. Jade Cargill back to her feet. Now into the disarmer. Oh my word, onto the steel chair. You've got to think that Jade is about to tap out here. If she's able to escape this hold, then that's very impressive. She is. She tapped out earlier on tonight to Asuka. Perhaps she did that tactically. She didn't want to suffer too much damage, and maybe that's going to work in her favour now. The trash can just absolutely being thrown onto Jade Cargill here. Becky Lynch threatening her with a stop sign as well, and now slamming the stop sign down on the hip of Jade Cargill there. Now Becky Lynch kind of inside the trash can. I'm not sure that she really wants to be there. Jade Cargill with a reversal. Becky Lynch able to reverse as well. These two may have been looking to finish this match. You've got to think that we're in the closing moments here. Becky Lynch into the slam, but she's taking herself out. Is she able to maybe get herself into the cover? Precious seconds ticking away there though. She believes that more damage needs to be done to put Jade Cargill away. Another fall-away suplex. Both superstars down. Becky Lynch slowly makes her way back to her feet. What's Becky Lynch got planned now? Heading to the outside. Just making her way around the edge of the ring here. Taking a bit of a breather. Gathering herself. Trying to figure out what she needs to do next. Big kick to the spine of Jade Cargill. Elbow drop across the heart. Becky Lynch closing in on the victory. She could be about to become the new queen of the ring. Trash can tossed down on Jade Cargill. How much fight does Jade Cargill have left in her? She's able to reverse that one. Super kick delivered and into the cover now. Jade Cargill closing in on a victory for the queen of the ring. No. Big kick out by the man, Becky Lynch. My word. These two superstars really have shown up and shown out. We're moments away from a victor, I'm sure. Another super kick connecting. It's so difficult to know which way this is going to go. It's so back and forth. Big kick delivered in the corner. The boot across the face of Becky Lynch. Elbow drop misses. Becky Lynch turning things around again. Becky Lynch could have been looking for maybe the manhandle slam there. Jade able to turn things around. Becky Lynch again turning things around. Oh my goodness, these two just going back and forth. Can't seem to get the better of each other here. Oh my word. Becky Lynch slamming Jade Cargill down into an arm. A bit of a, what do you call it? An arm lock. I forgot what you call it now. The arm bar, that's it. Jade Cargill able to escape that hold though. Oh my word, I'm losing my mind. My goodness. These superstars. I can't believe how long these guys are going. Into the cover now though. This one could be all over after the stop sign crashes off of the head of Jade Cargill and Becky Lynch. The man is the queen of the ring. And she has earned herself a title opportunity. So we could be seeing Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair in the near future. Jade Cargill coming so close to getting the victory, but the man Becky Lynch stands tall on the throne of the WWE. So ladies and gentlemen, as we bring the show to a close, we've just learnt that Becky Lynch, the man, has become the new queen of the ring in WWE. And to close out the show, we have our main event of the evening. We have the King of the Ring final, where the Animal Batista will square up against the Beast Brock Lesnar. So the Beast Brock Lesnar has only just returned, only a few weeks ago, to be honest, and he's been an absolute force to be reckoned with ever since his return, defeating Damian Priest and Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker, a former rival of his from WWE 2K24 universe mode. But Batista is out here, the SmackDown general manager of all people, into the final of the King of the Ring tournament. He seemed to strike some kind of deal with Randy Orton to secure his spot in this final right here tonight. Be interesting to find out exactly what that agreement was and what the terms were of that agreement. Because I don't know why Randy Orton would have given up his spot in this final, especially when that World Championship opportunity is on the line. But hold on a second, we've got some footage from backstage here. Wait, hold on a second, that's Bron Breakker with Brock Lesnar in the car park. What on earth is going on? Bron Breakker now with Brock Lesnar. Oh my word. Brock Lesnar has just been smashed into that car window. I hope... Oh my God. And I think Bron Breakker's making his way to Gorilla right now. Batista's not even aware of what's going on. Batista's going to be expecting Brock Lesnar to come out here. And I don't think Brock Lesnar is going to be the one competing. And Bron Breakker just wiping out the beast backstage. Well, this is going to be a big shock. Oh my word, it is Bron Breakker. Batista does not look happy. Look at the look on his face. He must be wondering what on earth is going on. Oh my word, well, Bron Breakker seems to have basically forced his way into the final here. I believe Brock Lesnar is receiving medical attention backstage right now. I'm hearing reports that he's trying to force his way over to Gorilla, but they're stopping him from doing so, as he has a serious injury. A serious head injury, that is. So Bron Breakker sending a clear message. He's not about to let the beast Brock Lesnar take his spot in this final. Bron Breakker clearly feels that that King of the Ring crown is his. Well, what a turn of events. What a show we've had here tonight. I hope you guys have enjoyed how this show has gone so far. If you have and you've made it this far, then please do smack a like down below. Also subscribe to the channel, as we'll be continuing these storylines going forward. But as for right now, Bron Breakker is out here and he's ready to take on the animal Batista. So Bron Breakker in the past has taken Brock Lesnar down in WWE 2K24 universe mode, but in this universe mode, he was unsuccessful in doing so. The crowd seemed to be more behind Batista here, which is quite interesting. So 20 minutes on the clock, and we've got another Iron Man match for you. The Animal Batista trying to take control of things and assert his dominance, but Bron Breakker's going to be a bit of a slippery character for him. Bron Breakker's going to want to use his speed and his athleticism, because Batista definitely probably has a little bit more of a power game on his side, which he's just showing off just here. Batista making sure he asserts his dominance over Bron Breakker right here, right now. So Bron Breakker obviously has plenty of power himself, but he's definitely going to be the faster out of the two individuals, so he'll be looking to use that to his advantage. Batista just absolutely pummeling Bron Breakker on the ground. Now into a neck breaker. Batista doing quite well, considering he wasn't expecting Bron Breakker to be out here. He would have been preparing for the beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. But I guess luckily for him, all that preparation for Brock Lesnar is probably going to keep you prepared for any superstar that comes out here. Bron Breakker using that athleticism, trying to keep the animal off his feet. Probably a smart and wise decision by Bron Breakker. A stomp on the face. Oh, and he tried to stomp on the back of the head there, but the animal telegraphed it. Now these two locking up, and Bron Breakker up on the animal's shoulders. Batista hanging him up on the top rope. Into the cover now for the first pinfall of the match. Could we get the first? No. Big kick out by Bron Breakker. So Bron Breakker again, just turning things around, using that speed and that agility, and now he's showing off his own power game. Look at that. The waist lock, and just tossing Batista around the ring as if he's a sack of potatoes. Now Batista into a powerbomb position, and oh my word. Batista just absolutely powerbombed, crashing down into the mat. Bron Breakker probably sending a message to the animal, telling him anything he can do, Bron Breakker believes he can do better. But Bron Breakker's going to want to avoid that Batista bomb at all costs. I'm not sure if you can go 20 minutes with the animal and be able to avoid it, but you're going to have to try your best if you want to be the king of the ring. Just imagine the scenes if Bron Breakker had wiped out Brock Lesnar backstage and then he doesn't even win the tournament here tonight. That would be an absolute disaster on Bron Breakker's side of things. And now the animal and Bron Breakker just fighting on the outside, slamming each other into that apron. The hardest part of the ring, there's no give there. You may as well be slamming your opponent onto some concrete. And speaking of which, Batista absolutely wiped out on the outside here, driven into those steel steps. Bron Breakker now, just falling into the barricade a little bit there. A bit of an awkward fall. A 6 count. So countouts can be a factor right here tonight. An 8 count, but luckily Bron Breakker's able to get back in the ring, and Batista takes advantage with a wicked clothesline and now stomping away at the chest. Just keeping Bron Breakker down on the mat. Ruthless by the animal. But this is very interesting because if Batista is successful here, does that mean he's going to go after Roman Reigns, but into the cover now? No, just a 2 count. But yeah, will the animal Batista go after Roman Reigns and that Universal Championship? You have to assume so. Batista now with a shoulder tackle, taking Bron Breakker off the apron. Now to the outside, Bron Breakker now slamming Batista down to the mat, and then a moonsault to follow. Bron Breakker's really feeling it here. Another moonsault. Bron Breakker really showing off his athleticism. And now Bron Breakker potentially looking for another powerbomb, this time onto the concrete. Batista's in trouble on the outside here. If Bron Breakker could get Batista back into the ring, then potentially we could have the first pinfall. Just targeting the knee now. Driving Batista knee first into the concrete on the outside. Bron Breakker wisely heading back into the ring. Batista clutching at the knee there. Could be a potential injury, and oh my word, we could be about to get the first victory right now. The submission hold locked in, the Steiner recliner, but Batista's able to just get that elbow to the jaw and force Bron Breakker to release the hold. Now Batista, wicked clothesline delivered. 14 minutes on the clock, just under 15 minutes, another clothesline. Batista not releasing until he hits 3, and now Batista's the one that's feeling it here. Bron Breakker up to his feet with a clothesline of his own. Sending a bit of a message into the cover now for the first pinfall. No, Batista just about rolls that shoulder up. I really thought that we were just a split second away from the first pinfall there. Bron Breakker so close to getting one step ahead of the animal. And the interesting thing is, Bron Breakker was traded away from SmackDown, so clearly he must have felt like Batista wasn't really utilizing his skills enough on the blue brand. And oh my goodness, Batista now looking for the Batista bomb. Bron Breakker up, crashing down to the mat. Looking for the first pinfall maybe. Batista absolutely exhausted, into the cover now for the first pinfall of the matchup. 13 minutes in, no! Bron Breakker gets the shoulder up this time, just about. My word, the crowd absolutely loving what they're seeing right here tonight. So, Bron Breakker was moments away from going 1-0 down in this one. Remember, it's most pinfalls, most submissions gets you the victory. So these superstars have just over 13 minutes left. No pinfalls, no submissions so far. And Batista tossing Bron Breakker across the ring, and now into the cover. Batista feels like this is enough. Oh my word, a 2.9 count, and Bron Breakker gets the shoulder up again. Batista feeling quite confident right now. He has been on top for the majority of this match, but Bron Breakker has held his own as well, to be fair. It's been pretty even thus far. Batista bringing Bron Breakker back up to his feet. Now Bron Breakker turning things around again and into a shoulder tackle. Takes the animal off his feet, into that moonsault once more. Bron Breakker again looking for the moonsault, maybe one too many times. The animal knew exactly what to expect. Now Bron Breakker up on the shoulders and hung up on the top rope once again. Now Bron Breakker turns things around again. This is why this is the King of the Ring. Such quality in this tournament, and oh my goodness, some clubbing blows to the back of the head. Maybe go for the cover. Into another moonsault. After those clubbing blows to the back of the head, it may have been the opportunity to get the first pinfall here. Big elbow strikes being delivered by Batista. And looking for a shoulder tackle of his own, but just missing out there. Now Bron Breakker sending Batista into the ropes, and oh my word, look at that! For a slam down to the mat. Bron Breakker really showing off the power that he displays. He may not be the absolutely biggest guy on the roster, but you can be damn sure that he can move, and he can definitely throw his weight around. Now Batista with Bron Breakker in his clutches sends him into the turnbuckle in the corner. And now Batista, he started off the match with this, driving Bron Breakker into each turnbuckle across the ring again. Spine first. Bron Breakker's in big trouble right now. Big right hands being delivered. Batista striking at the body, trying to wear out Bron Breakker. Sends him into the corner and shoulder tackle to the ribs. Bron Breakker's in deep waters right now. We're approaching the halfway mark in this one. Still no pinfalls, no submissions. Who's going to earn themselves the King of the Ring title? And who's going to earn themselves that championship opportunity? Bron Breakker sent to the outside again. The Animal staying on the attack. Oh, but Bron Breakker turns things around, and Bron Breakker may have been looking for the spear there, but it looked like Batista was just able to step out of the way and avoid that one. Now elbow strikes being delivered to the midsection of the Animal. Bron Breakker here getting sent back into the ring. Batista looking to stay on the attack. Some more ground and pound, pounding away at the face and just busting open Bron Breakker right here. Bron Breakker's in big trouble right now. The Animal could be potentially lining up the spear, and he connects with it. Bron Breakker taken down to the mat, speared to the ribs. But the Animal is not going in for the pinfall, but he's going in for a submission hold here. The Animal, Batista, just over halfway, could be about to get the first victory or the first pinfall. No, he breaks the hold, he releases. Clearly, Batista feels that Bron Breakker wasn't about to tap out here. Now, knee being driven into the mat. Bron Breakker rolls to the outside, trying to create some distance, but the Animal is not going to allow Bron Breakker much time to recover. Staying on the attack once again, targeting the arms of Bron Breakker right here. I guess if you do take out those arms, then it's going to be difficult for Bron Breakker to go for that military press power slam that he's synonymous for, but Bron Breakker right now is really feeling it here, trying to get the crowd behind him. The Animal back to his feet, turning things around, big strikes to the midsection again. Bron Breakker needs to be careful, doesn't want to allow the Animal Batista to get too much momentum here. Just over 8 minutes remaining, about 8 minutes 30 to go. So more than halfway through this matchup, and Batista may have been thinking about going for the spear there, but instead opts to play up to the crowd a little bit, giving Bron Breakker a moment to recover, but not enough time for Bron Breakker to fully recover. Big clothesline in the corner, followed by an elbow to the heart. Bron Breakker in deep waters right now. Now, Batista with a sidewalk slam, really targeting those ribs and that midsection on Bron Breakker. I'm assuming that he's really looking to wear out Bron Breakker here. Into now a power slam to follow. Really throwing out all the power moves here tonight is Batista. And now Bron Breakker with another moonsault. I guess it's Moonsault City, but oh my word. Bron Breakker bringing the straps down. He believes that he may be about to get the first pinfall here. Grabbing the Animal by the throat, up over his head. Look at the power, slamming him down to the mat for the first pinfall. Bron Breakker could be about to go into the lead here. No, the Animal gets the shoulder up this time. My word, and it looked like Bron Breakker was going to go for those clubbing blows to the back of the head again. But the Animal wasn't about to allow that to happen. Into a suplex now. Again, targeting that lower back. Braun Breaker really trying to wear him out. Shoulder tackle delivered. The Animal now feeling it. And then that elbow drop to the heart again. Across the upper chest. Batista dragging Braun Breaker in towards the middle of the ring. What's he looking for here? Maybe going for it. Yeah, he's going for that submission hold again. Batista potentially about to get... Oh! Braun Breaker's tapped out to the Animal Batista, so it's 1-0 to the SmackDown general manager right now. And straight into the cover. Batista feels like he may get a quick double, and he does! Oh my word. 2-0 to Batista. What on earth? Well, Braun Breaker is in huge trouble. He's got just over 6 minutes to try and get 3 pinfalls, because we know that 2 is not going to be enough. That's only going to make it a draw, and then I'm assuming that if that happens, we'll probably get another message from Triple H stating that this one's going to continue. So Braun Breaker's going to need to try and somehow pull 3 victories out of the bag here against the Animal Batista. That's going to be no easy feat, but he's looking for the pinfall right now. No, just the 2 count. The Animal stays in it. Keeps his 2-0 lead. Braun Breaker now showing the frustration. Just pounding away at the Animal and into a shoulder tackle. Braun Breaker's staying on top of things here. This is what he needs. The crowd getting behind him. Seemed like the crowd were more behind Batista at the start of this one, but they seem to have shifted as this one's gone on. Now big strikes being delivered to the Animal. Batista up onto the shoulders and the knees driven into the midsection, giving Batista a taste of his own medicine. Now to pull one back. No. Just a 2 count again. Just over 5 minutes remain. Braun Breaker, you can see the frustration growing on his face. He knows that he's running out of time here. Now using that power again with that waist lock, just tossing Batista around the ring. Braun Breaker's really going to need to put his foot on the pedal if he wants to stay in this one and have any chance of winning, because he's going to need a pinfall ASAP. Of course, he could maybe potentially get a quick double like Batista did earlier into the pinfall again. No! The Animal Batista keeps kicking out, keeps getting that shoulder up. Braun Breaker seems like he's losing a bit of hope here, but he needs to keep on the attack. He needs to keep things going, and this is exactly one way to do so. Batista over his head, slammed down to the mat. Surely he's got to pull one back now. If the Animal kicks out here, I don't know what more he can do, and there we go. Braun Breaker is 2-1 here. Can he pull this back? Can he equalize? 4 minutes remaining. Batista back on the attack, back on the assault. Braun Breaker in deep trouble. Up onto the apron again. The Animal asking him to get back to his feet. And Braun Breaker finds a knee to take the Animal down again. Clothesline delivered. Now looking for those clubbing blows to the back of the head again. Just brutal attacks by Braun Breaker here. Looking for another pinfall, potentially to equalize things here. No, the Animal gets the shoulder up again. Braun Breaker really showing that frustration. Oh, Braun Breaker into the corner now. He could be looking for a spear of his own. Braun Breaker here into the spear, connecting. Surely he's got to equalize it. Can the Animal kick out once again? No! It's 2-2 with 3 minutes remaining. Well, nail-biting stuff to finish this one. Who's going to be the king of the ring? You've got to think that the next pinfall, the next victory, or submission is probably going to give us our winner here tonight. Braun Breaker really feeling it. Batista wisely rolls to the outside. Braun Breaker trying to get the crowd behind him. Takes a moment to regather himself, but Batista's quickly back into the ring. Braun Breaker didn't seem to realise that. Batista able to take advantage. Could be a big mistake that by Braun Breaker. No, Batista into a suplex, a stalling suplex. Batista just absolutely showing off here. The power on display. Driving Braun Breaker down to the mat, letting all that blood rush to the head. Now to the outside once again. Probably smart by Braun Breaker that. Just over 2 minutes remain These two superstars know what's at stake here. One little mistake, and that could cost you. Batista turns things around on the outside, looking to send Bron Breakker back into the ring, potentially looking for the victory right here. Batista again is feeling it here. Elbow delivered to the lower back. The Animal is really feeling it. Brings Bron Breakker back to his feet. Big right hand delivered. Bron Breakker up and then slammed down to the mat. 1 minute 30 to go. Still 2-2 in this one. Who's going to claim their spot on the throne and become the king of the ring? Batista just stomping away at the limbs. This is something that we usually see Randy Orton doing. Especially stomping away at the ankles, it seems like, as well. Trying to take the legs out from underneath Bron Breakker. Only a minute to go here. We're closing in on the finale of this one. Bron Breakker's in big trouble because Batista, right now, he says that this one's all over. Thumbs down. The Animal Batista. Big right hand. Driving into the midsection of Bron Breakker here. Now backbreaker delivered, just wearing out the spine. Perhaps Batista is just letting the clock wear down a little bit here. Got just under 40 seconds to go. Now Batista into a shoulder tackle. Batista should be really looking for the victory right here because he's running out of time. You're going to want to get that victory in, and oh my word, Batista about to become the king of the ring, connecting with the Batista bomb. But hold on a second. The game Triple H. No way. Is he... He's not coming out here, is he? Batista does not look too pleased. He knows he was about to get the victory here. Well, where is he? The Animal really not pleased right now. And oh my word, the sledgehammer to the spine. Triple H taking out the Animal Batista. I'm not sure where Bron Breakker is. I think he might have rolled to the outside. But Triple H, oh my word, looking to take out the Animal Batista with the pedigree. Batista just absolutely wiped out here as Triple H leaves the ring. My goodness. Triple H just looking at a fallen body of a former partner of his in Evolution, and the crowd seems stunned right now, and Bron Breakker's back into the ring. Doesn't really seem to know what has actually happened right here, but he's lining Batista up. Oh my word. Could he be going for another spear? What's he doing? He looks like maybe he's showing a little bit of sympathy here. Well, he's got a word for Batista. He just said something to Batista there. Up over his head, slamming him down into the mat. Surely this one's all over now for the King of the Ring title. Bron Breakker's done it, and even Triple H looks absolutely delighted. Oh my goodness, what a way to end the show. Bron Breakker with a massive victory over the SmackDown General Manager, and it's clear to see that Triple H was not pleased with the Animal's actions, but I can't wait for the next show, Monday Night Raw, in a couple of nights, where I'm sure that we're going to hear exactly why Triple H decided to come on out here. But Bron Breakker, the King of the Ring, gets a world title opportunity.